Broadcasting live from University Utara Malaysia. Good morning UUM, good morning Malaysia. It's a sunny day, July 1st, 2020. I am Muhammad Azri bin Mizra, serving you a comprehensive and leading world news of the hour. Impact of the coronavirus on global supply chain. The past century of global economic integration to trade has been a steady march of progress from trucks to pallet, from container ships to computers, and from Asia's manufacturing rise to artificial intelligence. Supply chains. They are not just for mid-level managers and business schools anymore. The COVID-19 pandemic is playing out in ways that even the most rigorous corporate stress test would have likely missed on its scope and severity. The closure for nearly 2 months of China's economy, weeks, perhaps months of idle factories and millions pushed into unemployment in the United States and Europe, looming humanitarian crisis in poorer countries such as India and Venezuela, the weight of human suffering on confidence as death toll rises. But despite such sudden shocks and setting aside some initial shortages of toilet paper and urgent medical goods, the system of supplying the world's economies, undergirded with fresh government support, should continue to meet basic needs even under historic strain, according to academics who study supply chain, logistics and management. As we interviewed Professor of Operation Management at Northwestern University, Mrs. Sunil Chopra, he said as long as the governments and central banks are willing to spend what it takes to avoid complete collapse, the supply chain should rebound. He also cites the example of food supply in Italy, which has continued to function remarkably well despite what is the most difficult set of circumstances in the world. Still, the disruptions are severe and just beginning in some regions. Meanwhile, companies such as Walmart and Target Corporation are reckoning with a surge in shopping that's sure to be followed by an economic downturn. Target Chief Executive Officer Brian Cornell said last week on a call with the reporters, "America is largely out of business. There's no playbook and we are writing the script each and every day." While most goods are moving fine now, it will be interesting to see what's available in a few weeks. If the disease continues to accelerate, takes demand with it, and supply struggle to keep up. Endowed professors of supply chains at the University of Tennessee in Knoxville, getting extra supply in huge quantities isn't like flipping a light switch. The problem isn't just a collapse in demand for some goods, it's also a need for the safety of the people on the front lines of the production process. In Argentina, workers who handle ship moorings say they won't bring in any vessels that haven't been in quarantine for 14 days since leaving their last destination. A beef processing plant in Alberta, Canada, closed indefinitely after a worker tested positive for the virus. The Port of Houston in Texas temporarily closed 2 of its public container terminals after an employee contracted the disease. India's government told all major ports that the coronavirus fight is a valid reason to halt some port operation. Shipping and trucking industries are struggling to adjust to supply and demand imbalances that no one expected. Empty containers are piling up in ports where fewer ships are arriving to redistribute them. Trucking companies are dealing with similar issues. Well, that's all for the news. I am Muhammad Azri bin Mizra. Thank you. Have a nice day.